Howdy do, Skip here. Welcome back to Pixelmon. And I actually got shiny Arcanine. I did not find this. I bought it in an auction, but unfortunately, if I stopped to start recording, I probably would have lost. It was like a bidding war, but I ended up buying it for 9.4K, which is a pretty good price. Like, legendaries are 20K. I mean, the legendary bird shrines. So, yeah, I think it's a good price. And it also has pretty decent IVs too. So slash IVs 1 it has 70% IVs, and 27 of those are in speed. So I'm gonna train it in speed and attack. And it actually already has a pretty decent moveset too. So I am very comfortable with this moveset. I can use this quite well. I'm going to relog though because for some reason Pokeys aren't showing up for me right now. That happens sometimes. Not this one. But yeah, this is a public server if anybody else wants to play it. It's for the latest version of Pixelmon that is for 1.7.10. In case you're wondering. I'll put the IP address in the description. Alright, there. Now we're getting some Pokeys. Okay. But Outrage, one of my favorite moves, so I'm very glad he has that. And Flare Blitz, another one of my favorite moves. So he has like two of my favorite offensive moves, which is very nice. And he has a very diverse, type moveset. A lot of different elemental abilities. So, I'm talking gibberish. I don't know the correct terms that well, actually. But I know this is a pretty good Pokemon. It's average size. It just looks big because it's level 100. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, an enormous would have been awesome. You know, I'm very happy with this purchase. Because, to be honest, legendary birds, you aren't really guaranteed to get good IVs or a good size if you care about that, or nature. Speaking of nature, okay, his nature is a neutral, which is good. It's much better than a D beneficial. It's not as good as an advantageous nature, but it's much better than, disadvantageous nature. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna EV train this guy up. If you haven't noticed, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm EV training him. Basically, what EV training does is determining on the type of Pixelmon you defeat, that is what stat they will level up in, determining on what type of EVs they yield once defeated. It took me a couple months, after I first started Pixelmon, to realize this, but I did know it, when I started playing on Aaron's server, as most of you, if you've watched any of those videos, will know. I put a lot of time into EV training, but this makes it very easy because they're all in one place, and there's spawners you can just wait. Makes it very easy to EV train. Anyone can EV train with this. You don't have to be that good. Even someone who's just starting can EV train. Look how convenient this is. So that's nice. Yeah, it has a good moveset. I might not even change anything because it's just a very nice moveset. I think a couple of these might have been PMs, and I think he gets a stab move on a couple of them. I'll have to check up on that later, but stab gives you increased damage for certain moves. But yeah, Outrage is easily one of the most powerful moves. Offensive, anyways. Because it's 100% accuracy. The only downside to it is but it lasts 2 to 3 turns, and the only downside is you get confused after it's over. But most Pokemon, that's no problem as long as you're, unless you're fighting a team of players with Pokemon. That's the only time which it would wield a problem. Okay, just organizing my Pokies. It's a female too, so that means I could breed it, but I don't think that's how shinies work. I don't think you can just breed shinies and get a shiny. No, it's not that easy. You can't even breed legends at all whatsoever, just because that'd be really overpowered. But, I mean, some Pokemon are better than legends. Well, depending on the legendary. Arceus has better stats than any other Pokemon, like, by far, but he's not in this. Mewtwo is the second best. He used to be the best. In Gen 1, he was the best. He was the best for a long time. He was the best for like 3 or 4 generations. I don't remember what Gen Arceus is. I don't know how to say it. I mean, it really isn't that official because they've said it both ways in like the anime and the movies. And, sometimes they change it. I feel like sometimes they can't really make up their minds about it, but I think it was originally Arceus, but, you know, they kind of... Never mind that. I'm just rambling. I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's what I kind of have to do when I'm recording this. I don't know what to say, and that's just me doing it again. Just so there are no silent gaps in what happens, and I don't even know what I'm saying. So yeah. He has a very good moveset. I'll go ahead and show everything off here. It's Reversal, Outrage, Crunch, and Flare Blitz. Very nice combination. Fighting, Dragon, Dark, and Fire. Let me check his EVs/EVs. 1. Alright. Okay, I got his attack EVs done. So let me take this Power Bracer off and put on the Power Anklet. I'm pretty sure Power Anklet, yeah. Power Anklet is speed. Yeah. I like how they actually have them colored so you know which one is which. Because it's the same color as a Power Bracer, and this is the same color as a Power Anklet. See how fast he is. I had to use some berries. His EVs were all over the place, so I did have to buy some berries and use them to decrease his EVs. Because EVs are pretty important to me. Because like I said many times, I'm OCD when it comes to Pixelmon. I want to make everything perfect, and I know that's pretty much impossible because a lot of this stuff is luck-based. Like, finding a Pokemon with good IVs has a lot to do with luck, I have to say. Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to steal that from you, mister. Just trying to EV train. I think he's scared of my dog. He's growling at me. Oh, he's got a Shelgon. Is that an enormous Shelgon? I don't know. Maybe it's a giant. Looks kind of big. I don't actually know the default size of Shelgons. I haven't seen that many. I need to get a Shelgon. Because I have nothing to fly on. And I wish I did. Yeah, he's still not faster than a Raichu, but, I mean, Raichus are pretty fast. Let's be honest. And I haven't really EV trained him at all yet, so he'll be faster. And I think some of these guys are using Quick Attack. So, that always goes first. It's just not that powerful, though, so that's why it's a trade-off. Yeah, this is a pretty good shiny, this Arcanine. I like it. It reminds me kind of Raikou, but this came before Raikou. So. Raikou was Gen 2, I believe. Maybe it was Gen 3. I think Gen 2 is Raikou. I need to heal this guy because he's paralyzed. These stupid Raichus. This is getting obnoxious. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't record the bidding war, but it did end up at 9.4K, in case you're wondering. Which is, I think it's a bargain. Dang it! He keeps using the same move over again, which stuns me. He keeps using Thunder Wave. That's really annoying. Slash EV's one. Oh, he's getting there. He's pretty close. Maybe about 6 or 7 more Pikachus. I don't know. Raichus. Yeah, they're called Raichus. I don't have time to do math. It wouldn't really save me much time. I love how he growls. I wish I could ride this guy, but unfortunately they have it set in the config, so you need HMs to ride guys, but there is no HM for landmans. Unfortunately. There's only Surf, and, I mean, I think Dig is an HM, but I don't know if that actually works. I have no idea. I could test that out. I could try, at least. But I think unless it's a HM, it doesn't work. I'll check his EVs after this one. Yep, he's done. So yeah, that was just EV training my new shiny. I hope you enjoyed. I don't want to make it too long, because EV training is tedious and boring. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, I suppose. Adios, amigos.